Come in. Hello.
Hi.
Are you Mikey?
Yeah.
Oh, welcome, Mikey. Come in and sit down. Yes, you're there. Lovely to meet you.
You too.
So, this is my colleague Janine,
Cool. Okay.
and we would very much like to find out something about you and your motivations for wanting to come here, etc. So, we've got a few questions for you
Okay.
before you do your audition. So first of all, Mikey, could you tell us about the last play that you went to see, please?
I recently went to see Grease, starring Nikki Blonsky as Sandy. It was really good.
Right, and what was really good about the performance in particular?
Most of the actors were absolutely phenomenal. You really felt as though you were watching everything happen. Um, they got the audience involved. Everyone got up for the final number, and it was just brilliant. It was lovely to see, and yeah, well worth it.
Where did you go and see that?
The Mayflower Theatre,
In
Southampton.
Oh, Southampton, yeah. Right, so we are very curious to know why you have chosen to audition for RADA. What attracted you to this school in particular?
Well, I've seen advertisements of it on the internet and around. I've asked some friends who are very active in the theatre community what they would recommend, because I wanted to find an acting job, and they recommended this place. I think it's got a very good reputation, and it just suits me. The plays that are put on here,
Yeah.
and everything about it. Really.
Okay, thank you. Now, the crux question. Why do you want to be an actor?
Well, I've always had a passion for acting since as long as I can remember, really, which sounds like a cliche, but it's true. Um, so, I used to put on plays for my family at home when I was a child. I just think it's great. I think acting and theatre in general is a great mode of self expression. You can really put whatever emotion you've got into a performance, and to convey that emotion to an audience and to do it successfully. I think it's just a brilliant art form, and I think it's just a very good medium, because we've kind of lost our with the modern advances of TV and computers, we've kind of lost the interaction and the beauty of acting, and I think it's really important for self-expression and for enjoyment purposes.
Okay, good answer. What actors do you admire?
Well, probably one of my favourites is Kristen Chenoweth. I find that she's got brilliant charisma on stage. Um, she sticks out in the way that most of her words, she is just pitched perfect, and she's got brilliant charisma, and her singing voice is absolutely phenomenal. I adore her.
What she appeared in then that you've
Um,
seen her in?
she's been in productions of Wicked.
Oh, yes.
She's had her in sitcom. She's had cameo roles in Glee, among other musicals as well, and TV shows.
Yeah. Okay. What kind of performances have you done outside of school?
Well, I have been in amateur productions. I did one modern day take of Romeo and Juliet, where the two characters' genders were reversed, and you know, the males were playing females and the females were playing males,
Oh yeah.
and I found that brilliantly creative, and you know, the emotion was just phenomenal, and I really liked it.
Mhm.
Um,
So you like a little bit of mixing up of the
yeah,
genders and breaking the stereotypes,
yeah,
do you?
definitely.
Yeah.
I think that's the beauty of acting. You can do just about anything if you put your mind to it, and I think it's great when, you know, there's something that, you know, breaks stereotypes and, you know, is a little bit out of the box, but you know, it can be brilliant if you really do it right.
Yes. Yeah. Um, can you tell us something about your monologue that you're going to be doing for us today?
So I'm going to be doing a monologue from Stage Door, which is set in the 30s, in New York, in a kind of lodge for actresses, and the monologue is from the character in the monologue is called Terry. She's in her early 20s, and she's just come back from a play after finding out her play has just been terminated, and she's just come into the the acting lodge to talk to her friends. And
Right. And you enjoy exploring a female character, do you?
yeah,
What have you had to do to modify your performance in order to play a female role? Have you had to
well,
do anything?
um, my nature is, I haven't really had to change my nature that much, but I've had to look at my body language, and I've had to pay special attention to my pacing and things like that.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. What does she go on a journey, do you think, in your monologue?
Well, for the duration, for most of the monologue, it's very comedic, and you know, she's really kind of, she's a very flamboyant character, but towards the end of the monologue, her shell starts to peel away, and you get to see her vulnerabilities and her
Yeah.
fears
Yes.
a bit more. So it's a good variety, I think.
Right. Okay, good. You seem to have really got to grips with the essence of the monologue in your description there.
Yeah, yeah.
What will you do if you don't get a place at RADA here with us?
Well, it will be a, it will be a big shame because, like I said, this is my top choice, and you know, it's basically represents everything I've dreamt of from a young age. But you know, I guess I'll have to move on and try and find another place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about yourself, other things not to do with acting and your sort of career aims. Can you tell
Um,
us a little bit about your life?
I was born in Southampton. I've been blind from birth, from a condition called Norris disease. Um, and you know, but despite the blindness, I've been determined to kind of like overcome it. I've always kind of campaigned for the rights. I basically told my school that I wanted to do performing arts, and you know, they were just gonna have to deal with it because it's what I want to do, and I wouldn't accept the fact that, you know, you're blind and you can't do this. I'm always striving to do things equally like other people. So it can make life challenging. I've had to face a lot of challenges, but you know, I I like to try and overcome them, and I always find it a very big achievement when I do.
Yeah, good for you. What would you say, this is your final question actually, Mikey, before we get on to the audition, what would you say are your strengths? If you could give me a couple of your strengths and a couple of your weaknesses as you perceive them.
I'd say one of my strengths is my voice inflection and my ability to capture the essence of a character and understand the backstory of a play, and to kind of like empathize with the character. I think those could be a few of my strengths. Weaknesses, I think I can be a little bit, I can lose concentration, and that's something I've really had to try and overcome with my body language, really, because I'm not seeing what I'm doing. I can sometimes do things without noticing, and I don't think other people can see it, but they can. So it's been something I've really had to think about and try and keep under control. But I think I've improved on it from when I started doing acting, definitely.
Okay, thank you for your wonderful answers there, Mikey. We've really gained a lot of insight into you and your world, and that's been really useful. So I'm just going to pause the video now, and then we'll have a look at your monologue. Thank you.